What's good, YouTube? It's the Casual Gamer here, back again with another video. I finally got a chance to put some time into Black Ops 6 beta, so today I'm going to give you guys my official review and how I feel about things so far. I also hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. This was my first game using the AK-47 and I dropped 50 kills. But don't think that's changing how I feel about this game. Since I started playing this game yesterday, I just been taking notes since the first game up to today. So I've been playing for 2 days, taking notes on what I like and what I don't like. I'm not one of those players who has a good game and I'm praising the game. Like, I don't care. If I have a good game, I'm still going to critique the game for what it is. So let's get into this review. I'm going to start with the positives because honestly, I have less positives than negatives. The negative is outweighing the positive for me. I'm not going to lie, you guys, but I am going to give them credit where it's due, and I'm not going to try to bash the game too hard when it's just in beta mode. So the first thing I want to talk about is the time to kill. I feel like the TTK in this game is perfect. It's exactly where I would want it at in a first-person shooter game. Everything feels pretty balanced. The submachine gun feels like it could keep up with assault rifles. Assault rifles feel like that they could go toe-to-toe with submachine guns in close range. Like, I think it's at the perfect balance right now where the TTK is. I hope they don't change it. I also like how they tuned down the aim assist, and I hope people complaining about the aim assist not being as strong this year doesn't make them make it stronger, because I could feel the skill gap. Honestly, people thought Omni movement was going to be where the skill gap is. I feel the skill gap with aim, and a lot of people just can't aim on this game. That's why I don't feel like the time to kill is too fast. Like, I've seen people saying the TTK is way too fast, but it's not really. If you're good at aiming, then you're going to be rewarded for hitting your shots, so you're going to kill somebody faster. But if you're not good at aiming, the TTK doesn't feel too fast. Like, it took me a minute to get my aim down in this game just because I've been playing so much XDefiant, so I'm just adjusting back to COD. But if you're hitting your shots, I think the TTK is exactly where it's supposed to be. I think the people who are complaining about the TTK are the people who aren't good at aiming and they just can't win gunfights because they can't stay on target. But it's going to take some time for everybody to get used to not having as much aim assist in Call of Duty. Another positive with the beta, I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like the skill-based matchmaking is too strong. I'm pretty sure that's going to change once the game actually drops. They're known to do that, tone it down a little bit inside the beta, and then when the game drops, go back to your normal EOMMBS full force. But for right now, I'm going to just enjoy the beta while it doesn't feel like it's that strong. Alright, you guys, I'm not going to lie, that's really the only 2 positives I have. So let's get into what I don't like about this game. Let's start with the movement. The movement feels way too chunky. For a game that just added a whole new movement system like the Omni movement, I'm not talking about the Omni movement, I'm not talking about the jumping, the sliding and all that. I'm talking about just the general movement. Even when I turn the auto sprint on, why does the game feel so clunky? It feels like it takes me a half a second still to get into my sprint. And yes, I've done all the settings. I put 0 delay, so you guys don't even try to tell me you have to do this. I've done it all. It's just how the game feels. This is what the game is. And it brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is Omni movement. Because Omni movement can't really prosper if their standard movement is bad. And I feel like this game is stuck in between 2 things. They added this Omni movement, which is kind of not fake, but it's more video game-ish, or more video game-ish movement, but your standard movement just feels slow. It feels chunky, so it's hard to balance both of those. It's like you either gotta go full fantasy shooter mode or you have to go realistic. I feel like they're trying to play both sides, and it's an awkward dynamic. The game just feels this game feels awkward, man. I can't really explain it. The best way I can explain it, and you guys are probably gonna keep hearing me say this through this video, is it just doesn't feel fluid. The movement just doesn't feel fluid. Take a game like XDefiant and give it Omni movement. Like, Omni movement makes so much more sense on XDefiant, because with their standard movement, I don't think they were trying to be realistic at all. You're able to crouch, slide, like all the stuff you're able to do in XDefiant, it just feels fluid. So if you add Omni movement to a game like that, then I could see what it's supposed to be. But in a game like this, I feel like it looks cool from a third-person standpoint. It looks cool in the trailer. It looks good on the leaks when you're watching other people do it. But when you're actually behind the controller, like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm not using that much Omni movement. It's a lot of sliding, it's a lot of crouching, like just the regular stuff we've been doing in Call of Duty. But like, I haven't had to really go out my way to use this new Omni movement feature because it just feels like an extra step. I'm not even running into that much people who are abusing it like people thought people would be doing. Like they thought this movement was about to be game changing crazy, it's gonna add a skill gap. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's not that hard to kill people using Omni movement. Even if they are, I haven't even seen that much people utilizing it. Maybe that's just not me playing against good enough players yet, or maybe just people are still getting a feel for it. But like I said, like if your standard movement feels this chunky, then the Omni movement just doesn't really translate. The maps that they gave us for the beta, honestly, they all suck to me except for Rewind. Rewind is the only decent map, but the rest of these maps, they can go. I don't know if it's even the maps or it's just their spawns. I can't tell which one it is because their spawns are pretty bad, especially on Hardpoint on that map that starts with a D. What is that? You guys know the map. The map that I'm playing in this game. This is the worst Hardpoint map you could possibly play. Like, this map is not built for Hardpoint at all. In general, it's just too easy to manipulate the spawns right now. Like, I promise you guys, turn around. But when you spawn, make sure you turn around because you're most likely going to have somebody flanking you on this game. I think that's what I learned in this game right here. I just started to flank people because it's kind of easy to read where the spawn's going to be if you're playing Hardpoint at a map this small. Like, I don't know whose idea it was to make this the Hardpoint, make this a Hardpoint map on the beta, but yeah, this is not a good map for Hardpoint. I'm just saying. But in general, talking about maps and just how this game looks, the overall feel of it, like, wasn't there a screenshot going around before the beta drop? It was like a Black Ops 6 map. It looked all colorful. It looked vibrant like the old Treyarch games used to look. What happened to that? Where is that at? Where's that map? Because all of the maps on this beta, bro, they put me to sleep. Like, I don't know if it's the filter, I don't know if like what's going on, but the game does not look attractive. It looks very dull to me. Like, honestly, bro, this looks like unmodern warfare. I don't know what happened to Treyarch and Infinity Ward, but like, why do their games just feel like kind of the same now? It just feels like a reskin of Modern Warfare. This isn't giving me Treyarch vibes like y'all was saying. I told y'all in my last video too, like, stop disrespecting my childhood, like trying to compare this to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, or even Black Ops 3 or 4. Like, this game doesn't feel like any Treyarch game that I've ever played. This feels more like a Modern Warfare game than anything to me, just we're using older weapons in a different time period and a different filter. I'm just being honest, bro. It makes you even question, what is the point of having separate gaming studios nowadays making one title if you guys are all going to be using the same engine? If Treyarch and Infinity Ward games are going to feel the same, like they kind of do now feel the same, at least since 2019, like, this game doesn't even, like, I feel like even Cold War had its own feel to it. Even when Cold War came out, it had its own feel. Like, I could still feel the Treyarch roots in there. I don't feel any Treyarch roots anymore, bro. And if you're a young player listening to this, do me a favor, just go on Google real quick, look up OG Modern Warfare 2, then look up Black Ops 1. Tell me if those two games look like they're made by the same studio. Those two games look completely different. I said this in my last video. Now put Black Ops 6 side by side with Modern Warfare 3, or even Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare 2019, bro. Tell me these games do not all look like they're running on the same engine at this point. What is different besides the weapons and the time period that we're in, bro? And I'm strictly talking about gameplay and how this game looks. I am not talking about non-gameplay stuff, because I do know Black Ops 6 is adding a lot of stuff like prestige, and they got your score showing up there. Now, all of that stuff is cool, but it's kind of too late. We've been asking for all of that stuff back. What about your gameplay? Least that they could do is be able to make good maps, man. I just feel like Call of Duty as a whole, I'm talking about Infinity Ward and Treyarch, I just Sledgehammer whoever, bro. Like, I just feel like Call of Duty, the franchise, lost the ability to make good maps. Why do you think we're still playing the same maps from like over 10 years ago? They keep having to bring them back because it's like they lost the ability to make good maps now. So let's just keep using these old ones. Try to get people with nostalgia. It's not enough, bro. Just ask yourself, when is the last time Call of Duty made a memorable map? Something that they could keep bringing back. The last map that they made that was memorable, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head, is it what, Shoot House? The one that they always do 24/7 with Shipment? And that was some years ago now. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess the only thing that could really save this game a little bit is once they start adding classic Black Ops maps. Like, they're gonna have to add Black Ops 1 maps, Black Ops 2 maps, and I hate that I'm even saying that this is what they need to do, but I really just don't feel like that they have the ability to make maps like they used to. So just give us the Black Ops 2 maps, give us the Black Ops 1 maps, and let us call it a day. So yeah, in conclusion, my prediction for this game is the same as every other Call of Duty since 2019, bro. I think people are gonna gas out by the second and third month, and they're gonna be looking for something else to play. So, hey, XDefiant, man, I know people are saying your game is dead right now, but stay ready, because I know like the Call of Duty excitement is up right now. You know, people get so excited for this game to let them down, and it just happens every year, and you see it every year. And I think people really think this year is going to be different because it's a Black Ops title and it's Treyarch. But unfortunately, you guys, that stuff doesn't mean what it meant 10, 12 years ago. It just doesn't. And that's just where we are in Call of Duty right now. I honestly hope that they can prove me wrong, because like I said, the overall gunplay of hey, if the gunplay is good inside of a gun game, then they're doing half the job right. It's just everything else. But maybe they could prove me wrong. Maybe they have some good maps. Maybe skill-based matchmaking will be toned down. That's a joke. You guys know that isn't going to happen. But at least maybe, I don't know, if you have a good gunplay and good maps, then at least ranked mode could be a little fun. So maybe that's where I'm going to be if I do play any Black Ops 6. But I ain't going to lie, you guys. It's looking like a 2K year for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to play this game just because it's free on Game Pass. But yeah, my primary focus is not going to be on Call of Duty this year. And I just accept that. I'll play it for fun. I'll play it with friends. But to say that it's going to take up a lot of my time when there's games out like 2K25 and XDefiant even, like, I can't guarantee my time to Call of Duty unless they just prove me wrong and shut me up. But hey, you guys have to show me, and everything I've seen in this beta so far, it hasn't really showed me anything different. Even on a game like this where I'm popping off, I'm pretty sure I still ended up getting off the game after this just because the game just feels kind of boring, bro. Like, I don't know if it's because of how it looks, how it feels, the movement. It's a collection of everything. Something about this game just isn't attractive, and it's not keeping me locked on. I think they need to just add some more color to this game, man. Like, hopefully these new maps are more like the maps that were going around in the screenshots, cause man, like it just looks so dull, man. Especially coming off of playing so much XDefiant since its drop. Like, bro, that game is so bright and so attracting, like it pulls you in. This game kind of does the opposite. By the 4th or 5th game, regardless of how good or how bad I'm playing, by the 4th or 5th game, I'm finding myself bored. And that's usually a sign that Call of Duty is still in this place that it's been in. And I don't know, man. It just might not be for me. And I love Call of Duty. It's my childhood game. But I've accepted that this just isn't my childhood anymore. This is a whole new game. This is a whole new developers. It's a new generation. So to each his own. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm bashing this game so much, but I'm just being honest on how I feel. They could keep reusing these titles all they want, Black Ops, Modern Warfare, but it's time to just face the fact that none of these games are anywhere close to their roots. Just selling nostalgia at this point. And Black Ops 6 could turn out to be a good game. Like, maybe I am wrong, but it still doesn't feel like a Black Ops game. And I guess that's just my point, man. It's time to move on from the old titles. If we're just going to be something new, then let's be something new. It's time to move on. You guys, it's the Casual Gamer, and I'm out.